Hey friends, Miss Cassie here with Antelope Lending Library Storytime for All. This week we're going to read the book When Aidan Became a Brother, written by Kyle Lukoff and illustrated by Kaylani Juanita. Here we go. Do any of you have little brothers or sisters? Or maybe you have big brothers or sisters? Let's read about Aidan becoming a big brother. When Aidan was born, everyone thought he was a girl. His parents gave him a pretty name, his room looked like a girl's room, and he wore clothes that other girls liked wearing. Look, there's Aidan sitting in a pink dress. But as Aidan got bigger, he hated the sound of his name. He felt like his room belonged to someone else, and he always ripped or stained his clothes, accidentally on purpose. Everyone thought he was just a different kind of girl. Some girls had rooms full of science experiments and bug collections. Lots of girls didn't wear dresses. Do any of you like to collect bugs? They can be fun to look at, huh? Especially up close. But Aidan didn't feel like any kind of girl. He was really another kind of boy. It was hard to tell his parents what he knew about himself, but it was even harder not to. It took everyone some time to adjust, and they learned a lot from other families with transgender kids like him. Have you ever had something that's hard to tell your parents? Those conversations can be difficult, but they're important too. Aidan explored different ways of being a boy. He tried out a lot of names until one stuck. They changed his bedroom into a place where he belonged. He also took much better care of his new clothes. Oh, look at Aidan's bed. It looks like a tent, so it's like he's always camping. Oh, look, and there's plants in the windowsill. Maybe there's even some bugs that live there. That looks like a fun room. Then one day, Mom and Dad had something to tell him. "I'm going to have a baby," Mom announced. "A baby?" Aidan said. "Does that mean I get to be the big brother?" "Of course," said Dad, ruffling his hair. Aidan thought that being a big brother was an important job for a boy like him. He wanted to make sure this baby would feel understood right away. The baby needed clothes, so Aidan and his mom went shopping. There were so many choices. Would the baby like seahorses or penguins better? What do you like better, seahorses or penguins? I don't know, they're both pretty cool animals. I think I maybe like seahorses better though. I don't know, it's close. "Are you having a boy or a girl?" asked a lady. Aidan didn't like it when people asked if he was a boy or a girl, and he hoped the baby couldn't hear yet. He was glad when Mom just smiled and said, "I'm having a baby." The baby's room needed to be painted, so Aidan and his dad went to the hardware store. Dad chose a gallon of sky blue paint, and Aidan added a puffy cloud white. "Are you excited for your new brother or sister?" asked the paint guy. "I'm excited to be a big brother," Aidan said. The paint guy looked confused. Aidan could tell that he wanted to ask a different question, and he was glad to have his dad there. The big rollers were fun to paint with. "This room feels just like being outside," Aidan exclaimed. He had always felt trapped in his bedroom before they fixed it, but his new sibling wouldn't have to feel that way. "You're right," said Dad. "Let's make some shapes in the clouds." Do you see some of the shapes they've made? I see a bird and a dolphin and maybe a sheep and some other things. The fun thing about clouds is you get to use your imagination. Every baby needs a name. Aidan loved getting to choose his own, but he remembered that it had been hard for his parents to let go of the name they gave him. He looked for names that could fit this new person, no matter who they grew up to be. Look, he's written some ideas in his notebook. Sky, moss, leaf, cloud, rain, river. Do you think Aidan likes to be outside? I think he does too. Ooh, here's some other names. Willow, sage, forest, oak, pine. Those are all great outdoor names. Babies need someone to read to them. So Aidan practiced, and practiced, and practiced. Did you know that babies need someone to read to them? Yeah, they're too little to read by themselves, but babies still love stories. That's one of the ways that we all learned new words when we were little. Babies learn words by hearing them, and when you read stories, there are so many words in stories that we don't always just say when we're talking. Stories are so important for babies. Dad wanted to teach Aidan how to change diapers. Maybe later, said Aidan. He decided that picking flowers for his mom was more important. Changing diapers is helpful for a big brother to do too. 2 weeks before the baby's due date, Aidan started to worry. Maybe he should have picked different clothes. The blue walls might be too bright. He wished he could ask the baby which name they liked best. Mom came to tuck him in. Are you feeling okay, sweetie? She asked. Aidan put his hands over where he thought the baby's ears might be and said, Do you think the baby will be happy with everything? I don't want them to feel like I did when I was little. But what if I get everything wrong? What if I don't know how to be a big brother? What do you think? Should Aidan be worried? Mom hugged him tight. When you were born, we didn't know you were going to be our son. We made some mistakes, but you helped us fix them. And you taught us how important it is to love someone for exactly who they are. This baby is so lucky to have you, and so are we. So what do you think? Is it okay if Aidan makes some mistakes as a big brother? Yeah, we all make mistakes, right? But the important thing is to listen and to try to do better. The next morning, Aidan found the boxes of his old baby pictures. He looked so different back then. It hadn't been easy, but he liked the boy he was growing into. Maybe everything wouldn't be perfect for this baby. Maybe he would have to fix mistakes he didn't even know he was making. And maybe that was okay. Aidan knew how to love someone, and that was the most important part of being a big brother. Oh, and look, they're celebrating his little sibling and the balloons. What do they say? It's a baby. The end. Thanks for listening to this great story with us today, friends. It can be hard sometimes to know what the right thing is to do and what the right choices are. But the important thing for us to do is to be good listeners to our friends and family who are telling us something, especially if they're telling us that by doing something we're hurting them, if we're hurting their feelings or their body. It's important for us to listen so that we can be good friends and good family members, just like Aidan and his parents. Thanks for listening to Storytime for All with Antelope Lending Library. We'll see you next time.